December the 16th starts off as Dingaan's Day. It's promulgated by the Republic of the Orange Free State as a day that they remember that they slaughtered Dingaan's people. It's interesting. I must give you another perhaps I'll do another a chart for you. So let's go back to 1838 and 1994. All right, now I've got to give you a bit of a timeline. So there's certain events which are important here. So 1952. Anybody have any idea what 1952 was all about? 1952 is the 300th anniversary of the arrival of Van Riebeeck in South Africa. He arrived in 1652. Interesting. And so this became the day of the covenant. It was renamed. No, we're not calling it Dingaan anymore. Okay? This is Dingaan's Day. We're now talking Covenant Day. All right? Now I want to go to another date. 1961. A very important date in our history. For those historians among us here, it's the day South Africa becomes an independent republic. Right? So, the 60 or 61? 61, I think it is. Interesting. What else happened on that day? Think of a man by the name of Nelson Mandela. This is a piece of information you probably would not have been told. But in 1961, Nelson Mandela launches Mkhonto weSizwe. Okay? So the MKs are launched because the ANC, who was the dominant liberation party at the time, came to the conclusion that peaceful protest is not going to bring about change. And so Mandela leads the charge. We need a military option, and he forms a military wing called Mkhonto weSizwe, MKs for short, and they launch it on what day? 16th of December. 16th of December becomes the kern datum, as we say, the main date. All right. 16th of December seems to be quite a contentious date then. Mandela, the same Mandela, who picked up arms against the white people, is the same guy who says, maybe we must change this day from the day of the covenant or the day of the vow later to the day of reconciliation. Let us find each other. Same guy. Mandela, father of reconciliation. Okay? So, the other date that creeps in here, I should have made it 1995. It's the first year of celebrating Reconciliation Day, which was promulgated in 1994. So the first year, 1995, what happens? What happens? Take a wild guess. The Truth and Reconciliation Commission is launched on the 16th of December. TRC. So, this date, 16 December, in the history of South Africa, is a hugely contentious date. Line through it and say identity becomes the heart of the discussion on a day like 16th December. And why do I say identity? Because it is the battle for the soul of this country. So that is my opening statement to you today with regard to Reconciliation Day. To summarize, it takes us back to the Battle of Blood River. It takes us back to Nelson Mandela, who redefined Blood River in reconciliation terms. Let us find each other as a nation. Let's build a new nation, no longer based on blood, but based on mutual respect for each other. And let's use this day, this event, as a springboard or as a catalyst to understand who we are as a nation, what is our soul, and what is our identity. How do we want to describe ourselves? And so I'm going to pause as I shift gear into some theory. So if these are the facts, if you will, the dates, the times, the places, the personalities, I'm now going to move into a discussion around identity. But as a bridge into that, I'd like to add another date here, and that is the 26 years after this Battle of Blood River. A little known fact is that the following Zulu king, King Cetshwayo, together with Afrikaner voortrekkers, met on the battle site, and what we would describe as literally shaking hands, burying the past and saying, let's work together as white, as black. Now that story you're hearing for the first time today, I guarantee you. Because it didn't suit the history books to put that kind of reconciliation story into the books. But it actually happened.